Hi, everyone. Harry here to talk about Donald Trump's omnibus motion for immunity and therefore dismissal of the indictment. No, not in the 1-6 case, which is now in oral argument and might go to the Supreme Court, but the Fulton County prosecution. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. He's got a long motion to go before Judge McAfee that says basically what he's been saying everywhere. He has in some of the prior litigation been a little bit murky or shifting about whether his claim of immunity for criminal prosecution is what I've been calling Fifth Amendment immunity, Fifth Avenue immunity. That is, anything including killing someone on Fifth Avenue, or outer perimeter immunity. That is anything that is within the outer perimeter of his official duties, which is the reach of his and any president's immunity in civil cases. Civil plaintiffs can't sue or will have their suits dismissed if they bring it against a president for actions that the president has committed within his official duties or the outer perimeter of same. Okay, so he's making the same claim. Let's apply that here. Now, the big problem for him, we're going to find this out probably from the Supreme Court. What is the reach of immunity? He starts out by saying this would be the first time in the history of the Union that a president has been held in a criminal trial for his conduct. But of course, maybe there's been an instance or two where somebody could have alleged it, like Nixon. But the big issue that shows is his conduct has been extreme and unprecedented. Anyway, he then goes into every argument, but the basic weakness here is that he wants to say outer perimeter immunity, and therefore he has to cast all his conduct as being part of his official duties. So to do it, he has a kind of laughably tendentious, skewed account of the facts. So he marches through. First, he makes this old argument: the judiciary can't tell the president what to do, and citing Marbury versus Madison. And very clearly that has to do with discretionary acts by the president, like a pardon or a veto. And, you can't have the judiciary sit in judgment on that. But we get to the actual conduct of January 6th, and he goes through them, and I shouldn't laugh, but I can't see how any court would accept it. And McAfee, as I've indicated before, seems to me to be a pretty level-headed judge. But public statements and tweets about the federal election and certification, I guess that would cover, hang Mike Pence, or, well, actually didn't say hang Mike Pence, but the things that you had to say that were exhorting people to basically attack the Capitol and bar the ramparts and all that stuff. Oh, that's just discussing public statements about the federal election. Likewise, all the stuff where he's browbeating Raffensperger, the Secretary of State in Georgia, and doing things that he has no business in the first place because there's no role in state elections. But it's obviously trying, corruptly to change the election result. But these are communications with as he'll call them. There's communication with the vice president about the exercise of his official duties. That would be, you wimp, I made a mistake with you. If you don't do this, you're never going to be forgiven, etc. And then the same. So with the U.S. Department of Justice, when he tries to get Jeff Clark to basically tell Georgia they found fraud there, which they haven't. It's all bogus. Communications with the U.S. Department of Justice about investigating and reporting federal election crimes. So that's really what we're talking about here, is a kitchen sink motion that has everything you said before and a little bit more. But in order to stake out a claim of outer perimeter immunity, has this fanciful incredible, completely contrary to the facts, account of what happened on the ground. Now, it's a little interesting how Scott McAfee, the judge, deals with it then, because, they haven't gone to trial yet. Things haven't been proven. The allegations certainly don't sound like this. But, let's say there was something to it, which there isn't. Would he try, McAfee, to make a judgment and based on that do immunity? Because it sounds as if he's really not in a position yet to accept Trump's highly slanted account of the facts. So that's a fine reason, it seems to me, to say I can't grant your immunity motion here. But it's a little bit tricky because the problem, as Trump has framed his motion, is not the legal test. I mean, that's not clear what the legal test is, but I think it will be clear relatively soon and from the U.S. Supreme Court, something like outer perimeter. But I think the only way to sensibly adjudicate a pretrial motion, in general, in pretrial motions, you would assume, including a motion to dismiss, you assume the accuracy of the allegations made by the other side. So certainly assuming the accuracy of the allegations, as I think is the right thing to do here, the immunity motion is a complete loser, not because of the legal test it propounds, but because it doesn't begin to fit with the criminal and anti-constitutional behavior of Trump. So we'll see how McAfee handles it. We'll also see how Fani Willis responds. In general, they've been both quick off the bat and been doing pretty good written work. So this will be teed up quickly. And as I say, the sort of one suspense would be whether McAfee kind of assumes the veracity of all the allegations, or maybe just says, I finds by preponderance, but that's not the same as a jury. But there's no way he'll ignore the facts and the allegations. Other courts have done the same, by the way, in for example, piercing the attorney-client privilege because of crime fraud. So there'll be some way of making a provisional judgment. And I think as a result, the immunity motion will fall very flat and pretty soon. And that's going to be in tandem with Trump's pushing of the same claim in the federal case, the 1-6 case, that may well wind up in the Supreme Court very soon. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.